Good morning, Nita 2. I hope you have your coffee and you're ready to get started because today is our last day of prospecting. And our goal this week is to try to hit 1,500 by the 15th, and you can so do it. So we're going to talk today about using social media as a tool to grow our business. I will say that using Facebook has probably accounted for 80 to 90% of my business. And that's no joke. And a lot of times when we were thinking about Facebook, we're thinking about just throwing a post out there. But there's so much more to it, and you can really become strategic. And so let's just talk about first, where are we finding information to post and what are we posting and how often, okay? So where do we find it? I love Pinterest. I don't know if you are using Pinterest as a tool, but I go to Pinterest, I go to the search bar, I put in what I'm looking for. Sometimes I just put Rodan & Fields join, Rodan & Fields now, Rodan & Fields business, okay? I just change it up and I see a lot of different posts. Also, when I see a post on Pinterest and if I click on it, underneath that post, I'll find even more posts. So lots of times that's my starting place if I kind of know what type of post I want to create. We don't want to reinvent the wheel, okay? So you don't have to do that, especially if you're new and you're like, I don't know what to post. Don't stop posting just because you're not sure what to do. Go to Pinterest. The other thing is, as we often say, you know, copy and paste, don't share, but copy and paste what someone else has done. That's why you want to friend a lot of R&F consultants, okay? Liz Duggar has a great sheet of who to follow found on her Team East to West page. So if you've not seen that, go there and friend those people, watch what they do, and copy and paste what they do. So that's a great place to start with what are we going to post. The other place, let me say, is corporate is doing a great job now of trying to give us shareables, and you will find these in the Wednesday Insider Edition. Michelle Leatham, who is our attorney, spoke at Center for Leadership, and she said, we've got a lot of creative consultants, and she was kind of making a joke about how many consultants are trying to create their own shareables. And we want to avoid that because sometimes they're not compliant. So, for example, you may have seen the Let It Glow for the microdermabrasion packs, and that was, you know, an infringement on Disney. And so we have to be careful. We can't use other companies' logos like Starbucks or Apple. So we're not supposed to do that. So be really careful when you see things that look kind of homemade, and really try to take advantage of what corporate provides us. Okay, the other thing I would think about too, though, is when you are sharing things, why not weave in just your own personal life? And I see some people doing a great job at this. I'll give you an example of something I did yesterday. Yesterday, I wanted to share that it was payday, and I wanted to share that I was working my business, watching my kids at Splash Country. So I got home, and I was like, how am I going to do that? And I had not even taken a photo while I was at Splash Country because I had my phone up. So I got home, I went to Google, typed in Splash Country, got an image there that I thought would attract attention. And then in my language, I talked about how it was a great day by the pool, you know, and it was also payday. And so you want to kind of create this lifestyle that people are looking for. So more than anything, make whatever you're putting out there personal, make it reflect you, make people enticed by your lifestyle, okay? Even if you have to fake it, okay? So keep that in mind. Okay, also thinking about how often should you post, I would say you could do once every day. I wouldn't do more than that, or at least 3 to 4 times a week. Okay, if you are not consistent, people are going to notice because you don't realize how many people are watching. It's so funny because I'll post something in Rodan & Fields and I'll get a lot of likes. It's mainly from Rodan & Fields consultants. And then I'll post, like last night I posted a picture of myself and the kids. Like a ton of like people liked it out of the blue. And I'm like, I didn't even know these people were watching anything I did. Trust me, they're watching. And a majority of the people who have joined me in business watched me for a year. I promise you, a year. That's why you always want to keep your funnel full because you never know what it takes. And most of the consultants on my team, when they get discouraged, they say, you're right, I did. I watched you on Facebook for a year. Okay, so keep that in mind that it takes time. If you're not in this for the 3 to 5 years, then that's a problem. Okay, so also let's think about like what not to post. I would just encourage you to stay away from controversial issues. You don't want your Facebook page to become something that people maybe are argumentative on, or they see you post something that kind of looks, I don't know, just not reflective of who you really are. And so I would be very careful about putting anything that's going to create a lot of controversy. I had a girl the other day interested in the business, and she had reached out to me, and when I went to look at her Facebook page, it was full of profanity. And, that's just not the image that we want to put out there. So remember that you represent the brand, and you basically are the brand because you are like the CEO. So keep that in mind about just staying away from things that are going to create controversy. And remember that, like I said, people are watching. So being consistent is huge. I have had a lot of consultants say, well, I was posting, but then I just wasn't really successful. And so I felt kind of silly because I really wasn't having success, and I just thought I shouldn't be posting. Well, they're probably not having success because they are not being consistent in their posts. And as soon as they stopped doing that, their business stopped. Okay. And here's the thing. Nobody knows if you are being successful. You have to kind of fake it till you make it sometimes, especially in the beginning as you're building. Like I said, it took me a solid year to really build my business, but I knew it would. Just like you have any business, it takes time to build it. So keep that in mind. Okay, so wrapping up today, you are going to want to try to hit 1,500 by the 15th, and you can so do that. One thing I would encourage you to do is to put before and afters. If you want preferred customers, put before and afters. Perhaps even reach back out when you're following up, offer them a deal. A lot of times I don't put deals on Facebook because then people are always expecting it, they're waiting for it. So I usually, if I'm going to offer some type of incentive, a lot of times I will reach out to them personally as a follow-up and say, hey, I know you wanted Redefine. I don't want you to miss out on my reimbursement of the PC enrollment fee. Can I get you started today? So keep that in mind. If you're trying to get that 1,500, go for new preferred customers, okay? So that's what I want to challenge you today. Look back, evaluate, have you been consistent in your posting? And I need you to go for that 1,500 by the 15th. You can so do it, okay? Hope you've had a great week with me prospecting. You're getting ready to meet Allie next week as she talks about recruiting. So have an awesome day, and I'll see you soon.